So today on whathifi.com we're looking at Sony's brand new AV amp, the STR-DN1030. It's £500 and it's hot off the production line. Okay, so let's see what you get in the box. First off is Sony's remote control. Those of you who've got a Sony amp at home are probably familiar with this layout. You've got the D-pad here to control and navigate your way through the menus, which you can get to through this blue button here, the menu button. One other button you might want to take note of is the SEN button. SEN stands for Sony Entertainment Network. This is Sony's online portal where you can access music, and if you want to, you can actually stream music online through the amp. One other thing, as always, volume buttons here at the bottom, volume up and volume down. Also in the box you've got the all-important Sony mic, and this is obviously for setting up your speakers. The amplifier contains its own automatic speaker calibration system, and so you'll be wanting to plug this into the front of the amp via this 3.5mm jack. There's a socket on the front of the amp which you just plug this into, go into the menus, and the amp will set up your speakers for your particular room. So finally, you're probably going to expect to see an instruction manual, tips how to set it up, what features it's got, how to connect it up. So there's your manual. So here's the front of the STR-DN1030. Obviously it looks quite similar to Sony amps of past. Obviously in the middle at the top you've got the dot matrix display. So going from left, you've obviously got the power button, tone controls. Don't ignore these two buttons, these are quite interesting. On the left you've got the sound optimizer button. Sony claims that this feature allows the amp to, at low volumes, sound just as dynamic as it does at higher volumes. So if you do a lot of low level listening, maybe at night time, then you don't lose any of that dynamic impact, or you shouldn't do according to Sony. To the right of it, we've got the party button. This is actually for use with Sony's forthcoming wireless speakers. Hit this button and you can actually stream music from the amp to the speaker, which is a nice little way if you want to set up a small multi-room system or have a couple of Sony speakers in different rooms. You can press this button and stream music to them. So we'll jump from the party button over to the input controller. So basically you turn this around, you switch from the inputs on the back, you can switch from Blu-ray player to set-top box. You can switch to the network functionality of it, or you can go straight to Sony's Entertainment Network. So you do that all through this button, scroll through. And obviously you've got the volume control here next door. So below the two controllers, you've got a little row here of inputs. You've got audio inputs for connecting external devices here. USB socket, so you can hook up a MP3 player directly, including an iPod or Sony Walkman. You can plug it straight in, or a USB flash device. Next to that, you've got the mic socket to plug in the setup mic for the speaker calibration. So as you can see from the badges on the front, this amp's obviously got HDMI inputs, and it also decodes all the latest, or all the common HD audio formats, so DTS HD Master Audio, Dolby True HD, and also the upscaler inside it is from Faruja, so you can upscale video content to 1080p if you so wish. So now looking at the back of the STR-DN1030, and the most interesting thing about this amp is that it's the first that we've ever seen, and I think it's actually possibly a world first, the first AV amp to have built-in Wi-Fi connectivity. So at the back you're probably wondering what this is for. This is the Wi-Fi antenna, so you can hook the Sony up to your network wirelessly and access the online features. Also you've got a traditional Ethernet socket next to it, so possibly if you're streaming music and for the most stable connection you might want to use the Ethernet connection. Okay, so talking about Wi-Fi, which is obviously in wireless, which is quite a cool feature of the Sony, it also has Airplay built in. So if you've got an iPod, an iPhone, or anything with iTunes on, you can stream music wirelessly to the Sony as well. So you're probably going to need some HDMI sockets to plug your Blu-ray player, games console, set-top box into, and the Sony has 5 of them. They're all on the back. It also has one output. So at this price level, £500, we're probably not expecting 2 outputs, so there's just one. So the Sony's a 7-channel amp. Here are the terminals at the back. So you have centre, surround, front, left and right. You can also have surround back if you so wish, or you can take advantage of the ProLogic 2Z decoding and have front height speakers. You've got a selection of just analog inputs here for audio devices, so CD player, or if you want to plug your TV in. And you've also got a couple of digital inputs here. So that was an exclusive first look at the Sony STR-DN1030. Stay tuned to whathifi.com for our full review.